SEC Media Day schedule's out July 17th. So that's about when I can lock back in. Hopefully, LSU baseball is playing deep into June. You got to give me 2 weeks after that's over. If you ask me the day after they lose their last game, assuming they don't win the national championship, to start breaking down Alabama's defensive front, I'm going to break my computer screen. That's what's going to happen. You have to give me 2 or 3 weeks. But July 17th, we can lock in and talk a little bit of football for sure. So what do we got for SEC Media Days? First of all, it's in Nashville, which is a recipe for disaster for the sports writers who are going there. Nashville is very fun. It's easy to find a good time and compromise your next day significantly by the amount in which you partake in partying the night before. That's just the nature of it. I've been to SEC Media Days. The boys have some beers out there. I'll just tell you. So do the girls. So in Nashville, easy to find a cold beer. But Monday, the 17th, it's going to be Brian Kelly from the Fighting Tigers of LSU, Eli Drinkwitz of Missouri, and Jimbo Fisher from A&M. That's a pretty good day for this market. I don't know that Brian Kelly is the most must-see TV in American history, but he's relevant to us, so that's one thing. Eli Drinkwitz usually fires off some one-liners. His program's not awesome, but he has a new contract extension, and he'll probably say something interesting. And then Jimbo, God knows. The guy, playing defense half the time, talking about a terrible season, got by Petrino. There'll be something there. So that's a pretty good lineup of Brian Kelly, Eli Drinkwitz, and Jimbo Fisher. Tuesday, you got Hugh Freeze at Auburn. Kirby Smart from Georgia. Absolutely boring. Zach Arnett, Mississippi State. I don't know a lot about Zach Arnett, but I've seen some quotes. Seems pretty cliche-riddled. And Clark Lee at Vanderbilt. That is Nap Central right there. I don't see anything on that that's interesting whatsoever. I guess you can find Hugh Freeze at Auburn interesting. I don't necessarily in terms of press availability. That's a pretty boring day. Wednesday, you got Saban. I don't know if the guy who wears the big ring on his head shows up on media days when it's not in Birmingham, but Nick will be there. Sam Pittman. I like Sam Pittman. He usually answers questions pretty candidly. I think he's fairly entertaining, so I'll take him. Billy Napier, Saban disciple. I think he's pretty boring. I don't have much to say about Billy Napier in front of a microphone. And Bob Stoops, no thanks. So Saban, he'll probably have some agenda he wants to talk about. Sam Pittman, I think is fine. Napier and Stoops, I could leave it. Then you got Thursday. Kiffin, depends on the mood he's in. He's usually better on Twitter than he is in front of a microphone. However, maybe he gives you something. I wish he was on the same day as Jimbo. That's what you need, but he's not. Shane Beamer usually has something to say. Kind of hokey at times, but he'll give you something. Heupel, boring. And again, I'm not talking about their football programs. Clearly, Kirby Smart's got an awesome football program. I don't care about that. I want to know what you're going to say in front of a microphone. Heupel did a great job last year. Pretty boring in front of a microphone. I miss the days of Spurrier. I miss the days of Les. I miss the days of Brett Bielema. I miss those days. Those were funny. These guys are pretty boring. And I think Media Day, while it's oasis in the desert for talk radio in the Southeast, it's a little bit muted compared to what it used to be because everyone is so trained. And shout out to the sports information staff at LSU. Shout out to Tommy Karam and the crew over there. And shout out to everybody who does a great job preparing these student athletes for a chance to represent themselves and their brand. I'm not suggesting it's a terrible thing. I'm just suggesting the content that comes out is generally not riveting. But if I was going to grade the days, day one on Monday for the Baton Rouge market is a solid B+. Brian Kelly, Eli Drinkwitz, Jimbo Fisher. Day two is a D. Hugh Freeze, Kirby Smart, Zach Arnett, Clark Lee. Day three is a C+. Saban will have something he has to yell at everybody about. And then Sam Pittman, I like. And then the last day is, depending on Kiffin's mood, I'll go ahead and throw that as a C+. Beamer's okay, Heupel, whatever. But those are your dates. Mark them on your calendar. I'm sure the morning show and Matt will be there. SEC Media Days from Nashville, Monday, July 17th through Thursday, July 20th. They have stretched this thing out to 4 full days. That is a lot. Hey, thanks so much for watching the Hunt Palmer Show on YouTube. If you don't mind, throw us a like right below and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.